Hello friends, Resort here again with more of our 100 cat playthrough. The base is fairly comfortable, moved into its middle stage. We're no longer worried about the initial setup. It's now just keeping things operating basically the way they have been pretty effectively for the past, I guess now, 32 days of in-game time. I said we were going to get this bedroom made into a proper square one, so it looks like the rest of the base. We'll do that at some point today. We have our first research bench made now. I'd like to make sure that someone is actually doing the research. I think that with only 3 people, it's a little bit challenging to have somebody researching. Yeah, our best researcher is actually Levin, it looks like. Levin's my constructor and miner and crafter and all the rest. How good are you, though, at research? 9 with passion. Element, I think I want Element to be our researcher because Levin has so much other work already. So we will go ahead and make Element job 1 research, so cleaning gets done, then popping in and researching. That means hauling is not being done nearly as effectively. And as I keep saying in this playthrough, that's a bit of a problem because Yoder, our third person, does not haul or clean, not even a little bit. I'm trying to find some way to probably get Levin the constructor to do some hauling for a while, so we'll hold off on any improvements to the base for a little bit. We have a mad animal coming in. It's just a hare, not an issue at all. I'm not going to be afraid of that. We'll go do the barber routine on that hare pretty straight away here. I'm not going to wake anyone up even. The rabbit will probably walk around the back door for a while, just standing there waiting to deliver its delicious meat to us in the morning, I guess. But yeah, Levin working on hauling instead of constructing for a bit would be a good idea. I don't want all of my things in the fields to go bad. So we'll go ahead and drop these down to priority 2 on Levin until the hauling is done. And we do need a larger stockpile, which I keep on saying. I don't see any obvious place to put one. Maybe we can mine out a little bit of these walls we left behind to get us a bit more space. Long run, we'll have to find some other area to do some stockpiling. Potentially, this area here, now that we no longer need the defenses, we can put some sort of storage area. But the rabbit is still, well, the rabbit's now gone. We've lost our man-eating rabbit with big fangy teeth. And now I'm starting to profile all the rabbits, find out which one is the manhunter. It's over here, actually, I think. Yeah, you see a little red flare of hatred coming off of it. And so we'll just have Element and Levin both pop outside. Hopefully the 2 together can defeat a tiny, wee little rabbit without any real trouble. But Levin's kind of slow moving down. Let's have Element pop out, get a couple shots off, run back inside. Will you make it in time? Oh, yes, you will. Oh, yes, you will. Now the rabbit's attempt to tear down a steel wall with its teeth. Oh, this is from an awkward base placement. Now that I see more closely, we have no way to easily get on the right side other than just popping out there. I'm not going to bother trying to be strategic here or avoid any damage taken. We'll just go ahead and move outside. Might get eaten a little bit, but that's okay. I trust people taking it out eventually. Come on, folks, you can do it. You can do it. Yep, now Elmo's awkward with tanking. Took 1 hit, I believe. Hopefully no eye scars. Yeah, minor little bites to the arm, but that's not a problem at all. You're using the Herb Medicine to tend, that's fine. We actually got our first heal root harvest a bit ago, I believe, so that's very nice. And Levin, I will actually have you... We're getting components from where? Oh, this is us taking apart ship parts, it seems, and leaving them outside. Happily, that weren't taken apart too long ago, and so their deterioration's not too bad yet. That's a great thing. I really don't want to make any other jobs for Levin right now. We got to get that hauling done, so I'm going to have Element mine for me briefly. Actually, no, so Yoder can mine. Apparently, mining does not count as dumb labor in this game, so just briefly we'll have Yoder come in and clear this area out to get a little bit more stockpile zone, hopefully. This campfire we no longer need. We built it only to get rid of some lousy old clothes. So, Levin, if you are back inside, you are. Let me go ahead and get rid of this first. Yoder is now mining very, very slowly, but that's okay. Elma's not having a happy time. Apparently the research room is perhaps a little bit too small. Actually, no, your only issue is that your brother died and you have a little pain. The pain is just the scar, so you're actually in the best possible condition we can get you right now. It was permanently against us, so that's fine. Totally, totally fine. Alright, let's go ahead and expand out this stockpile zone in tiny bits. Right here. Got us 4 more spaces. Love it. Hopefully the heat shooting out from the coolers does not cause our items to combust. Truly, truly terrible. I'm glad that some research is happening. We will want to get Element back onto hauling at some point, but for the moment at least, having Element is getting us closer and closer to assault rifles, what we really need. That's the only research we hugely need for this base right now. We'll probably go for mortars eventually, but that's not a top priority by any means. Hopefully we don't end up getting sieged. If we do, it'll be a good excitement, and we'll hope beyond hope that the animals do not take the first incendiary blast. But we have no job queues at all right now, no issues at all in our base. Everyone seems perfectly happy to be here, and why wouldn't they? They have all their basic needs handled, and cats steal cuddle if they want to. So I'm feeling pretty good about all that. As we make the freezer bigger, we'll want to keep an eye on the temperature. Still negative 19, negative 20, no problems at all. I'm going to want to work a little bit more on the kill box. Definitely cut out the tree for sure. That does not belong there. Can't have our enemies have any cover. We'll pick these berries also. I believe during last raid, no one attempted to hide behind the raspberry bushes. It would have been, I think, 20% cover effectiveness. Yeah, 20% cover effectiveness, but no one bothered. This came on in instead, so we don't need to get rid of those bushes right now. We'll see what happens for next raid and figure out if they're being aggressive against us. All right, so Yoder is still very slowly digging. This is getting us enough space to move all of our food in, which is all we really need. And as I've said a few times, in the long run, we are going to shift this freezer entirely across, I think. We need many minor coolers, but we got time on that. Days is a nice moment of stasis, it seems, where everything is just going totally fine. I'm sure raid will come and disrupt that soon enough. I've also been thinking if we get a poison ship, that might upset things a fair amount. But I think we're in a good enough spot where things will be alright. We'll see what happens. Yeah, still negative 19, negative 20 in there. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's get these last chunks hauled out. We need to get a bigger dump zone for that. No problem at all. Just like so would be nice. And with the mining done, we can now have Yoda return to cooking and growing. Is there anything needs planting right now? No, everything is totally planted. Levin makes sure he's on a hauling job. Indeed he is. So Levin should be having some fun first, but after that, it'll be good to go. We have metal piling up also. I'm going to allow this to be also a wood and metal stockpile both. Just to have plenty of raw resources all in one spot and not take valuable location or valuable space inside of my stockpile zone. Yeah, steel goes there as well. Fantastic. Okay, I've said it about 18 times. In the morning, we really are going to... Did we already remove the roof? No, we didn't. Oh, I think I used ignore roof area here. How do I remove that now? I just do remove roof area, we'll see what happens. I want to go ahead and deconstruct this in the morning. Finally get Yoda a proper bedroom. And then free up a little bit more space here so we can use the right-hand door without having to walk through a building or walk around a building awkwardly. But building should get removed first. Yoda has no work to do. That's a little bit surprising in that you are my cook. Maybe the cooking job's already finished. It is. We can add in some more kibble making, though. The more kibble we get piled up now, the better off we'll be. We make sure we don't burn through all of our vegetables here, lest we end up having people becoming pure meatitarians. Not that they really mind. We do have a fair amount of meals saved up, but I'm not quite sure if we have enough food saved up for the long term, other than for the cats. Cat others are fine, but people are questionable at best. All right, is the roof removed? It is not. So, Levin, back job on construction, should come running back here right away to remove the roof. Are you coming, Levin? Hauling rice first. Right, when that's done, we'll move around. I was thinking a bit ago about like maybe needing some more meat or vegetables. If we need meat, a Mega Sloth's a giant meat sandwich just walking around very, very nicely. All right, roof being removed, fantastic. Hoping we can get this building down and a new one up by bedtime tonight. If not, if we're looking pretty dire, we can instead just put another bed inside next door room here, have them share barracks just briefly. Yeah, it's already 4 p.m., so I'm gonna make another bed in here. just to ensure that we don't have everybody sleeping outside. What quad are we up to now? Superior! That's fantastic. So, 3 really good beds, or at least good beds. And we'll change this over to Yoder's bed. They'll be unhappy about the barracks for a while, but in the long run, this is good for you all, I swear. Okay, we'll keep you our granite inside. Actually, no. We have this piled up sandstone instead. There's no reason not to use the sandstone, other than perhaps beauty. But who cares about that? We care about survival. Surviving on this hostile Rimworld. So sandstone walls, I'm going to do the same size. Hates raid. Okay. We will get this laid out and then deal with the raid. And then when that's done, we'll get back to building. Haven't made you the wrong size. No, I have not, actually. There we go. Alright, about the raid. A group of tribespeople are attacking immediately. Last raid was tribes folks also. That's quite a few tribespeople. They appear to be a little melee heavy, but 3 melees rather, and 5 ranged folks. Let's go and sleep a little bit longer. Apparently we're in combat. Why is that happening? Right, we're in combat just briefly there. Not exactly sure what happened. Perhaps they had crossed the map, combat alert went out. Who knows, but that's just fine. They're coming down. We haven't got rid of these trees yet, so we'll go and wake up a little early here, get the trees cut down, and then deal with our enemies. Yoder, come do... Actually, this is dumb labor, isn't it? Yeah, we can't do that then. So Element, come handle this one. Yoder, come take your place. As I come to the back wall, I have this awful moment of recognition. I'm going to try to break down the walls. So I think the issue is I don't have a door held open, and so the enemies believe there is no way into our base, even though we do leave the area open here. Now that the door is held open, as they're knocking down the walls, they should come around to the kill box, I think. Yeah, most likely should. Take them a while to dig through. This is me unintentionally splitting the raid. I don't like doing this. It feels a little bit too cheesy, perhaps. Well, actually, maybe they're still going to continue on through. We'll see. So, if the back wall falls, it'll be a pretty awful time for Saul. But we'll see what happens. Happily, 2 are coming for the frontier. Handle them first, and then see if anyone else comes our way. There's still a tree to hide behind. You... Oh my goodness, Levin gets shot. Senra must be the finest shooter in the entire Rim. Only a 3. How'd you shoot beside the cover? How'd you do this? Right, let's go ahead and focus fire on the fellow with the range. Yoder, you're going to pull back now. Good. Coming for Levin next, I think. So Levin, go ahead and pull back also. Fine stuff. Yoder, please change targets. This is held open. I forgot I held that door open. I mean, I know I did it, but it means that Trozma here is going to be coming through, no problem at all. So we'll have Levin go ahead and back off. All right, already down. Fantastic. Not an issue at all. The back wall is still being beaten pretty badly. We may need to send a person or 2 back there. We're down to still above 50% on all the walls, but they are digging and digging and digging. Definitely a second wall being built around would be a priority for this base, I think. All right, Levin, let's have you shift forward. All right, that one's down also. I think it's time to start taking up defensive posts around the map. These walls are going to hold a little bit longer because they got to attacking them a little bit later, but they're also below 70% already. So we'll send our 2 pistoliers to the back. We'll have Levin stay at the front. As far as cover goes, we'll just use this tree and see what happens. I do wonder when they break through one spot, whether the enemies will all come pouring to that one spot, or if they'll instead spread out a little bit more and continue digging individually. I'm not actually sure how that goes. Look like this is the weak point right now, so we'll take cover, I think, here and here. Elements, here you go on this side. We'll see what happens. They're coming for our cats. We can't have this. Would it be sensible to try to make some sandbags real quick? We do have a few more moments. I mean, Levin could probably make his own sandbag just in case, and that would be more protection than just the tree. So 11, get working. 41%, 40%, right? You got time there. 28. Okay, it seems like this is the weaker point. Perhaps there are different levels of digging, and so I'm not quite sure. No burst through here. 11, please finish this one next. We'll see what happens when we split the party, if it ends up working all right, or it's a terrible, terrible thing. 11 wants to go to sleep. Sorry, friend, not right now. Also, 11 needs to self-tend. Let's have you do that while we're waiting outside. Maybe for medicine. Sorry, not right now, friend. No medicine for you. Just use your hands, rub them hard against your injury. I'm sure it'll all plug up just fine. 7, 24, good to good. This way. 15, 15. Yikes. Okay. So I'm thinking they're going to be coming through in lots of directions all at once. I believe the best call then is actually to give up the back end here to move to this door and fight them. That might sacrifice our generator and our cooler, which are fairly resource intensive at this early stage. But I don't think they're going to be coming through in the polite way I suspected they would previously. So we'll give them back in for now. Come to you real quick. As long as the cats live, that's all that really matters here. I'm going to increase the speed a little bit. Probably should have done that a while ago. Alright, we got some breaches. 1 second, 11. Let's not run away, please. We got some breaches, but the enemies are now going to... I don't know where. I don't know what they're doing. I have a breach down here also. Let's go ahead and deal with the fellow who's already through and inside of our base. AI, what are you doing? What are you doing, AI? Alright, we can just stand and fight now. No point in taking cover. Alright, he is running back. I do want to take cover now, though taking out green would be fine also. We're going to have Element just shoot at green while Levin and Yoder pivot down. And then have Element shift also. Good job, good job. Let's stand close for no friendly fire, please. Another hit! Again, these must be the finest shooters in the entire rim. What is that? Oh, 1 in shooting! Hit someone behind cover. Craziness. Craziness, craziness. Okay, the enemies are attacking a battery that's going to be destroyed entirely. It's alright, though. Other than that, I'm not sure. Okay, we're going to have Element pivot up and see if we can stop the battery. Yeah, we can't stop battery destruction, unfortunately. But one's down here also. Let's defend our flank best we can. Pop out here. Either be melee, short bow, and short bow should not be melee. Like, we're gonna survive this thing, I'm fairly sure. As long as we don't get 2 more lucky shots against us, my goodness. Okay, wow, they're crazy good shooting. They're taking us out in a big way. Yeah, no Dorothy's for us, so hopefully this works out. Please stop shooting. So we don't have any cover in this direction. So Elements, we're gonna have you actually step across to get rid of their cover. And just shoot, shoot, shoot. Perhaps have to be sensible to shift our people who are here. On this side, we're fine. They're still focusing this way. But the lack of cover for Levin and Yoder is not great. This is not a moment of heroism. Yoder's at very low health points. Happily, mostly just bruises, so shouldn't be any permanent damage done. The enemy is up here is now gone. I don't understand the AI of this game as usual. I think we just keep shooting. Someone went down and they are fleeing. Okay, so we're absolutely fine now. Also, we're suddenly one-shotting everybody. That's what I like to see. Good job, good job. Yoder's not dead, though, so we are fine. Element, go grab Yoder. We will keep this door held open. That will guarantee that they come here first to fight, I think. We'll need to get the wall repaired. Like I mentioned, a second thickness of wall would be a good idea. Are any of the enemies psychopaths? I don't think they are, unfortunately. I assume not. Any more alive? Just those 2 alive, it looks like. So that is that. Oh gosh, we're shooting somebody. Maybe Green stood up for brief moments, and our character said, no, won't be doing that at all. That's a good Devil Strand tribal wear. Definitely gonna grab that. It's worth a fair bit of money. Very expensive kind of cloth. Other fellows are now just good and dead. So has Yoder been tended yet? Or have we all gone to bed without doing any work? I know you're tired, but look here. We've got people we have to care about. 11, did you self-tend yet? Of course not. Is that a new permanent injury? Yeah, that shattered rib. Is it going to be pain? No, just lower efficiency. So, lower torso efficiency, no good at all, but got the doctoring going now. We can hold this door open again. We have survived, and the cats are still living a happy cat-like life inside of their hole. They're totally ignorant what happened outside. They have no idea, and that's the best. We don't want to upset the cats and have them perhaps miscarry or be unhappy with their stay here at the cat colony. It'd be a real catastrophe, after all. Okay. I'm going to mark up the wall holes to plug. We will want to prioritize this. We do have enough granite down south to plug that very easily and get the next wall up on the backside at least. So that'd be very nice. How dare you flee from me? You're holding that lovely red outfit. Yeah. So we don't get the lovely outfit anymore because apparently my shooters will no longer be attacked. They're the finest attackers who ever have been, landing every single hit. You heroes. Yoder is fine, so no infections yet. We'll see if any of them show up. I'm not too concerned, though. I think we're A-okay for right now. We have some breaches in the wall over here also. Let's get this back up. And make sure that construction is getting done pretty quick. Hey, things are happening. Solar flare, so no more power for us. Briefly, that's okay, though. It's not a heat wave or anything. So we're fine. I've not researched passive coolers. Sometimes I do go ahead and do that just to have a way of mitigating any extreme temperatures during the summer heat waves. We're in the fall though, so hopefully it won't be too bad. We do want to get a new battery in place, having lost that before. A shame. That battery had served us well for all these days, and this is how we repaid it, by letting it get destroyed in our very first, more successful raid. Mad Animal, local hair again. Apparently, all the rabbits here are totally panicking. They want their trick cereal. They know the kids have taken it. None too happy. All right, Yoder is the only person who's in okay shape right now. We'll grab you your revolver and have you head back to deal with the rabbit. Must kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit. It's a very angry sounding rabbit, my goodness. It's only noon. It's many of our people wake back up and get to work. None of them are so injured they need to be in bed. It's mostly bruises, a couple cuts. Oh gosh, alright. Rabbit's moving in a hurry. 11, you have a rifle still. Yeah, let's go here. Oh gosh, element. Let's not shoot our friends, please. Alright, so 11 took another hit there. That's okay though. You're fine, 11, right? Yeah, minor bite to the tum-tum. Probably get infected. That's okay. Also, we have a peace talk opportunities. When I first saw this event, when Alpha 18 first came out, I was so excited because the chief of the Abacamo of the Ridge, one of the tribes, it sends a message. We want to talk to a nearby location. It'd be a great opportunity to improve relations with their faction, but beware. A poor negotiator can cause more harm than good and even anger them. I mean, I thought it was amazing. You'll have more friends in the world. You'll not have tribes attack you all the time. And then I realized that if you don't have tribes attacking you, all raids then become either mechanoids or pirates, and I want to keep the tribe hating me. Now, this is a moment at which there's my RP desires. Like my roleplay desires are to, have friends and have a good time and find more ways to make the Rim safe for us all. But my strategic decisions say, well, unfortunately, it's a lot easier to hold off the tribals than it is to hold off any other kind of fight. So we just gotta, unfortunately, refuse to be friends with them. I wish there was some better roleplay way to handle this. Probably what this would be needed is a way to actually become friendly friends with the pirates. And to my knowledge, there is no way to have pirates on your team. Even if you call them up on the comms council and offer to them big money, they will not want to listen to you. They grumble at you or groan at you or speak to you unkindly as pirates would, rather than coming along and helping us become friends once more. Now, I realize I should actually move a pile of granite back here, but there's not too much more to move. So, Levin, let's go ahead and focus on building this first, and then we're going to go ahead and work queue up the rest. Because holes in the wall are not a-okay. So all that's marked now. Hopefully I can get done today. Wind turbine broke down. We're in the middle of a solar flare, though, so we don't need power at all, actually. We're absolutely all right with having our base unpowered, living like the tribals for a while. Tribal playthrough briefly. Solar flare this time of year, though, is no problem. Not too hot, not too cold. It's just right at that 27°C. A little bit warm, I guess, but not too bad. All right, 11 apparently did not finish doing the work I was asking for. That's because apparently construction jobs have 2 phases. The first phase is to deliver the elements for building, and the second phase is to actually do the building. And so you're going to see here that though I've queued up for Levin to build this wall, he's going to drop off the stone and then walk away to go do the next part down. Right now, this is something that the developers are working on, I understand it, to get the queued up construction jobs to actually do the entire job when we're queued. You have to give this sort of awkward microing until that's done. But that's good. Major breakers on who's unhappy. Yoder, what's wrong? I mean, you're pretty injured, and your brother's still dead. Well, that's not your brother, it's Elman's brother. Yeah, just tremendous pain, and being back in a barrack is too bad. It's alright, though. You're looking fine. It's all gonna heal up. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Actually, this colony, all of us are doctors, so that's alright. The wall is repaired now. That's fantastic. Still a couple more corpses to cut up. Our stockpile is once again full, partially of clothes and partially of a whole lot of human meat. I mentioned earlier wanting to make a freezer here for dead bodies, but I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. Do we have more food coming out? We do. More rice plants are about to already harvest, so we'll want to make more kibble just to get rid of some of the human meat. The saddest state of affairs when we're producing far more human meat somehow than we'll be able to eat up. Yum. Maybe I should have made my starting colonists cannibals also. This is a surprising challenge for this playthrough. Only the cats are able to eat human meat. Sad story. Now, did I allow kill to be left inside of here, or just not move it yet? Just haven't moved it yet. It's not allowed there. Probably the stockpile here is entirely full, but we can get that moved pretty quick. 11 should be back on job 1 construction again. Yeah, 11 job 1 construction, so this should get up in just a moment now. All the stone already there. After the repairs are done. Yeah, we have a fair amount of repairing to do because it was not a super successful raid. Not the worst thing ever happened, though. Alright, do we have the steel for making the battery also? Want to keep Element's room functioning throughout the night. Currently, the solar generator is not going to do that. So I'm actually asking you to make the battery first. We're wasting valuable sun power. That's a non-unlimited resource, limited resource, and so we want to ensure there's enough. Good to go. I see we're down to 12 meals also, and I'm not exactly sure why that is. We're down to 6 meals, according to the... Oh, because we have 6 survival meals still. We started making simple meals before we had the packed survival meals all consumed. So 12 is more than enough for right now. Let's get you back on cooking, though. We don't really need kibble. It's just so much human meat. So much. All these people used to have names. This used to be Bobby. This used to be Johnny. But now it's all just human meat times 75. I hope their parents wanted more from them than being meat on the floor somewhere in hopes of them becoming doctors and lawyers and such. So they went and joined up with the pirates. That's what you get. Parents, tell your children, if they become pirates, they'll end up being eaten by Resorties cats. I did screw up a little bit here. We left some flooring beneath this wall, which we can not easily get back, but that's okay. It'll be our little secret. Keep it quiet. Don't tell anybody. Secret floor hidden there. Alright, Yoder's bed, you can move over now to the middle here. That's not the middle at all. Move over to the middle, please. And with some furniture there again very soon. Alright, let's move this now. Making the roof first, that's good too. Don't feel sleeping outside. Moving that, good. Okay, everything is basically where we wanted it then. We'll put down some stone flooring for that room, and then get the wall outside made. I'm glad that a lot of our base is now sort of functioning on autopilot. It is the case that we're having to interject to help with the freezer size, for instance, and to keep the stockpile empty-ish, which is not at all. But happily, the food situation at least is being handled without our constant involvement. Get that made first. Also, this wall here would be a good thing to toughen up. Other than that, if they mine their way into our kill box, we're fine. I don't mind them coming in here from basically any angle. But the stockpile zone, yeah, let's go ahead and make actually a proper stockpile room just right here. And we'll include the wood and so on inside of it. And I have other kinds of stones. It's some marble. Usually want to use marble for beautiful things like artwork. We need a lot of sandstone also. Let's go ahead and just make it out of sandstone, at least for the first bit, and perhaps we'll run out of stone to change out midway through, and if so, that's totally fine. This stockpile will ensure that we don't have the awkward situation having to constantly clear our first stockpile zone. So hopefully that's a good size. Picked kind of randomly. Put doors on both sides of it. I'm still using wood doors, even though I do know they burn. But I've got faith that we'll hold off any raids before we get destroyed. How's research doing? So research is actually about 3/4 done on smithing. Our cleaner researcher is having to spend a whole lot of time off cleaning, especially after those raids. But it will gradually get up to the point where we can make better rifles, and assault rifles especially. And that will be the point at which the base is in a much better spot. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. See you again real soon.